So what we'll do then is we've got our join field, and we can come over to our posts, which I believe is this. I don't actually believe it is this. So let's go up, and then we're going to go to our individual blog posts. We're going to come all the way down here. So we're going to do const, and then we're going to query. I don't actually know if we need to do this. We'll see. All right, so we've got const. We'll do our query category, and we'll hit our cache, async slug, where slug, but that's not what I'm going to do. So we're going to do category, which is just going to be a where query anyway. All right, so then we'll do our payload. We'll await payload, and then here we're going to find our category collection where category. This is wrong. It should be categories. And then we're going to limit it to just one category for now. Override access is true. Depth we'll keep as 1. And so what this is going to do is it's going to query the categories, and we want to include joins. And so I'm setting this to true. Do I need to set this to true? So it can only be false or so let's do joins, and then we'll just limit it. Oops. We'll limit it to 3 documents. Oh, sorry. I need to do related docs. So I don't love that. So we need to string that up. And then we'll do a limit. So I'm thinking then, do we need to make sure that our related docs are not... Oh, I don't need to... It can be a named tab, but I don't want it to be... Yes, okay. I'm sorry, I'm talking faster than my... I'm thinking faster than my mouth is moving. So what I want to do is, instead of making this a named tab, I'm just going to label it, which should be all I need to do here. So if I save this, it's going to change a few things, but if I come back over, I think I need to generate types again. So I'm going to do that. And I just want the tab to be there by label only. I don't necessarily want it to be a way of grouping or being a shared property between things. So now we should be able to go here and do joins, and we're going to do our related docs. Should be good. And then we're going to limit it to, we'll say 3. And then I don't want to do where. I'm trying to remember what the other sorts. Yeah, we can sort though by negative date. So we do that. And now we've got our query category thing done. And we're going to then, if we have a blog post, we do want to see then, we'll do const category equals post. All right, it's blog content dot category or a string. So I think I need to also go one step further and do our blog.content category. Oop, I need to do type of. So this is going to be a type check. So type of all of that does not equal string, and all of that. Why slug isn't something that does not exist. Dot category. All right, let's take a look at our post again. All right, posts. And then we come here to our test. We go to API. Just make sure that the blog is our response. And then we come down. We've got our content. We've got authors. Oh, category is an array. So what we can actually do is return an array. So we'll do map, and we'll just take our slug and return slug, or an empty array. So something's broken here, of course. I think it's that this needs to be in parentheses as well. Slug does not exist. All right, fine. We'll do here. I'm getting a little cross-eyed now. All right, so category. Category dot So we do type of category does not equal string. There we go. So that should return, I don't know why that does that need to be there? I don't think so. All right, so now we've got our category, which is going to return an array. And so what we want to do is, instead of equals in our where query that we're going to write, which will be our const category query, we're going to set this to be category or slug. I believe I can do contains category. So we have our contains here, which should be a way for us to use an array in a where query. So we should be good there. So now we're going to, we have query categories. So what we'll do is we'll get our category array up here, category array here, and then we'll do our category is going to be category where query. Then this is our, actually, so category query, get category, which is what we're going to do here as we do await get payload. Nope, we're just awaiting our category query, which is wrong. It's query category. Query category, which I don't actually think we're awaiting. We are. Okay. So now we're going to do category is going to be our category query. And this is a where query, so that should work. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to log get category. And we'll see what happens here. This is always the joy. All right, so we're going to go to our local host. We'll go to our blog. Nothing should break yet, but if we go to our most recent post, formatted value replace is not a function. All right, formatted value replace is not a function. Why though? So it's blog, slug page, blog, future blog. I don't understand what that means. If I go to blog test, so where do I have a replace? So I wonder if the problem is our query. Oh, here. So contains may not be the right local API payload. There we go. Okay. So I'm looking for what I'm able to use in my local API. So where's my querying? Querying your documents. It should be contains the value entered. Case instead of a string. Where's an array? In. So let's try in and see if that works. There we go. All right. So now we should get something, but we get undefined. So slug is in category array. So what we're going to do is just print or log our category array and see what we get in there. We get test. So, okay, so what's happening here? So instead of getting our blog.content.category, so let's take a look at what that brings back. We get an array of objects. So, all right, so first let's go back down here because this is going to be something else that I wanted to check. Is if I want to use select, I would just like to select the slug and the title. So now, if I refresh that, I should only get slug and title back, but I don't. Oh, I'm not returning anything. Okay, so if I return result, I'm not sure if anything else is going to change, but all right, so now we're getting no documents returned because right now our slug that's coming through, so category, but slug is a part of category, so we can do content.category, which is what I just had brain breaking. So we have our category array. So let's get that out of the way real quick. So it's getting test. Test is not what I want. So let's see, type of category does not equal string, return slug. So, oh, I'm a dummy. Category slug. Slug is a constant above. So now I've got category 4. Perfect. So now let's comment that out, add category back in. And now I see my category doc coming back. But I don't really want the category doc coming back in. I want the join field that comes from that category doc. So we're going to come here, get our related docs, and set that to true. Which then should give me a join field right there. So now we can, in our related docs, I wonder... Can I do select here? I don't think I can. That's fine. All right, so we can take our related docs back and then do up here, we're going to just so we can see everything coming through, we have get category, which now is going to have limit. Oh, docs. All right, so docs, and then we're going to map through that, and we're just going to grab the related docs. So, related docs. Okay, I'm doing that wrong. So we'll do related docs. And then for those, we'll do related docs.docs.map. And then we're going to return our title for each one, which I think this needs to be an open expression or not. All right, well, let's just see what we get from here. So we're going to just return related docs. Okay, so we see here our docs. So here we're going to, again, try to map. I guess the problem is this. Okay, and then we'll do our related, nope, we'll do our docs.map. Here we'll do our title, return title. Okay, we'll just do doc index. Ooh, can't type. And then we'll do doc dot. Is it not title? Let's see what we get. Doc. I've not worked with the join field quite like this, so this is a new one for me. So I get an array of objects, which makes sense. So then we can do doc.id, which should return all of the IDs. It does. Let's find a place for these. So we'll come under here, under all of the content, and we're going to add in some of our cards as like related documents. So if I come down to below my serialized lexical here, we can add a new section, which we're going to call our related posts. And in here, we will then take our, I should just do get category. So then we've got const categories, or I guess related post makes sense. Related post equals get category dot docs. So we're going to map through all of those docs now. So down here, we're going to have a new div, and then we're going to do our related posts and related posts. Yeah, you know, that makes sense. But we do want to actually put this above this section. So, because if that doesn't exist, then we don't have anything. So let's do this instead. And wrap around all of this section. Do I not need the parentheses? Oh wait, no, the parentheses here is probably from this issue. Oh, I need to do that. There we go. So now we can take our related docs, or related posts, is that what we call them? Related posts. Related posts, and we're going to map our related post. So each one is going to be its own card. So this is going to give me an array of docs. So we should be able to do what we need to do here. So first, we're going to look at our blog index page real quick, because I do have a component for this. I don't have a component for this. So now we see that we have use for a component. So we're going to take all of our recent posts and create a component out of this. Come down to our components, and we're going to have new, just make sure I don't have a card. Okay. Do a new directory and call it post card. And then we're going to add a new file that we'll just call index. That's what that'll be called, .tsx. Add that, and then come here and add a new style sheet, index.module. Add that, and we come back up to our page here, and we're going to, starting here, so we've got our recent posts that are going to be in there. So we're going to take all of this div, we're going to copy that into our index. First, we're going to export a new function called postcard. Open that up, and then we're going to have this accept a cards. And so we're going to have interface postcard props. That works for me. Postcard props, which are going to include, first going to have our ID of string. We're going to have our, let's return this. So ID string. And we're going to have our slug, which is also a string. Then we're going to have our image, which is going to include a file name, which will be a string. Then we'll have width, which is going to be a number. Then height number. Alt description is string, which I believe can be optional. And then we're going to have a creator, which we will have, or I guess it would be credit. We have got credit, and then we're going to get a creator, which is going to be a string. This is going to be optional. Then we'll have a creator link, and then creator type. So then we're going to remove the map here. We'll have this just be card, which is going to be postcard props. And then each, which actually then means that this needs to be brought back out, which we can just erase it. So get rid of that div. Then we're going to get rid of all of this. All right, so now the other parts that we need. So this is going to be now just ID. This is going to be slug. Oh, card. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, then we're going to have all of this is going to be back up at the higher level. So we'll do card.image.file name, and then just do all of that for the rest of this here. And here I thought just making this component would be super easy, but of course not. Creator link, and then we've got creator type. So for these, we can also just do or nothing. All right, so that's all of that. Then we've got our card title, which we need to add here. So title string. And then we're going to have our author, which is going to be type of user. And then we can do card.authors. Card.author. Do I need to do this as an array? We'll see here in a second. Card.author. So I may have to do the type check at the higher level, but that's okay. And then we're going to have a date, which will be a date, or will allow a string. And we can do card date. All right, so that's a lot of work just to get to where we are now. Perfect. So let's come up a level to our, this is going to break. So let's go back to our blog. So now instead of all of this stuff, we're going to pass in a post card, and then card is going to be post. And what's missing? So here, let's do post, and then allow it to Man, where am I? Here. So we'll do post instead. And then all of this card stuff, not that one, change card dot to post dot, which is what I should have done in the first place. Place all, and then author is going to be, should be authors probably. Property card is missing in type, but I updated that just now. Property post is missing in type. So now, we just do post. Wrong. All of it's wrong. Okay, so let's do post. There we go. Well, that let the pass. Post is missing in type. All right, so instead of all of that, let's just do, I think this is the problem here. Postcard is now, all right. So here we've got title, we've got ID, we've got date, we've got slug, we've got image, we've got author, and we've got key that we need to put in as post ID. Then we've got post title, again, post.id, should be post.date or an empty string. Then we've got post.slug, which should be non-null, which is what that type assertion is there for. Let's go ahead and get this down to a lower level so we can see again. All right, then we've got post.image, type of post does not equal string, post.image, post.content. Ugh. I cannot type post.content.image. And we'll come back to that just a second because I think I'm gonna have to do more than that unless, nope. So let's just, I'm gonna have to do more with this too. Okay. And then here, we'll pass in an array of name. Let's do author, type of author does not equal string, and author dot name. I'm sure I'm gonna have to adjust a lot of stuff that I'm working on with this component, which is not really what I wanted to be doing, but here we are. So let's do type of, oh, it's content, post dot content dot authors. Oh, shoot. There we go. I'm still gonna have to figure that out. And then we've got our key. Let's take, ooh, lots of undoing here because I'm gonna need all this. So it makes sense to just take all this out and take it back with me. So we're going to take all of that and then fast forward through all of that. And then instead of having this image here, wait a second, there's no image type. So, oh, my brain is breaking. Where then? Okay, so I'm over here. No, here. So let's just paste all of that in there because image does not even exist on this type anymore. Now, if I do that, our images are back. Perfect. And then we've got our author, which I just want to pass in an array of names. Let's think about that real quick. Well, let's see what this is doing. So do I just need to change this type to be a question mark? So it needs to be an array of users, which means that this just needs to be the map. Post.author, so it's taking from authors. Oh, there's that. Okay. So the type is still not quite there though. So maybe I just do a type check, type of post.content.authors does not equal string. I mean, the author's there, so we'll leave it as it is now. It's not assignable to type user or undefined. Type Boolean is not assignable to type user array. The expected type comes from property and creator here. Oh, can I get rid of this? That should fix that. Okay, and then author is the only other one that I'm getting a type error on. I don't really know why. So here, if we look, type false, which means that this doesn't really need to be here. All right, we're gonna deal with that for a while. We can come back and fix it later. But I see the authors, I see the posts. All of that was just to come here. And let's just do TS ignore just so it's gone for now. Now we can come here and do our postcard, do slug, do date, title, ID, width, creator. The problem is, so like I know that there is an easier way to do this because I've done it. Post.id. Like all of this image stuff should just be a simple passing in of the image object I have. But for some reason it's just not. And yes, I know that's a skill issue, and that's okay. So if I'm understanding this data right, this should be exactly what I'm looking for, but I don't think I'm understanding this data right. So if I get rid of all of this real quick, I've got related posts there. Make sure I'm not getting an error anywhere. So if I log these related posts, I think I'm going to get an array of objects. Yep, so we want the related posts, and it's going to come back for each category. So that's what's happening there. So, so do we flatten the array so that it comes back as just one single array of objects instead of just categories? Yes, we do. Because, so what's happening here, if I come back to our blog and go to something that has more categories, which is not this one. One of these has a lot of categories. Category 4, maybe not. So this is only taking in one of the categories, which is not the end of the world. I only see the one category. Okay, so I am querying this wrong because I want all categories to come back for this post. So let's see what's going on. Make sure the query is good. Well, okay, so if we go back to logging our category array, what do we get? Category 1 and 3. So contains is not what I'm looking for. Go back here. So in should be working where I'm returning more than just the one category. Oh, I'm limiting one, so we don't want to limit. There we go. All right, so now I should be getting all the categories. There's a lot of arrays going on here. So we really just want to flatten all of these. Okay, so we don't need category array anymore. And then we're going to take our related posts, which is what we have here. And then we're going to map those again. And we're going to do our array. And we're going to do an array.map, related docs.map. Then we're going to do related doc to related doc dot. Let's see what this gets us actually. So related doc, that's right, docs. Then related doc. See what this gets us. An array of an array of an array of objects. Just to make this a little bit easier for me to read. Don't like that. Let's just do docs. I'm also noticing some duplicates here as well. So test 2 is in here because it's in the same categories twice. So right now though, all we're going to do is we're going to get our related posts, which is how this is now, where we've got an array of objects. We're going to get some cards up, and we're just going to use the first 3. But the problem is that the first 3 are not in the same array. Oh boy. I'm definitely trying too hard, aren't I, guys? Yes, I am. All right, so the better option here is just to oversimplify everything and just do single categories for right now, and then add complication later. So we're not going to remove any functionality. We're just going to take the first category here. So now if we do this, we should get a single array of related posts, or category, then related docs, which is then going to return more docs, which should get me my category. I assume this is 2. We'll see in a bit. All right, so we've got our docs here. So related posts, get category docs, related docs. Docs. Long way to do all of that. Then we can come down here. We've got our related posts. Just because I want to move on is really all this is. So we've got a related post. Okay, so let's log our related posts again. And we're going to get, this should just be working now. All right, so let's come down here. We've got our related posts. And if we map these related posts, so we got related post. So I guess type of related post does not equal string. That was unnecessary. So then I should just be able to do related post.slug. Yes, and then this has to be a non-null value, so we'll go ahead and hit that type assertion there. I guess that doesn't work this time. Great. All right, and so if we also do type of related post does not equal string. I don't think we need, great. Okay, let's get rid of that. If type of does not equal string, is this not how this works? I thought this is how it worked. Yeah, because that should just be an expression, right? Do I have to return the card then? Yeah. Perfect. Okay. All right. So now I shouldn't have to add this type check. So I can do related post.date or empty string. Title or empty string. Related post ID. That's required. So related post width, post creator, which this should be content.image.creator. Credit, I guess. Okay, I guess I have to do a type check for all of this too, but I should be able to do this here. Just copy all of this, not author, grab all of that, and then get rid of this. And then all of this post stuff, smarter not harder, should be related post, place all. So that should be fine now. And then we're gonna need to take our author and do related post dot content.authors, and then get rid of just ignore. All right, so we got our related post showing up here.